I mean, you gotta put the whole hip into it and snap it and get all your energy in there and make this into a weapon.
You know, when we think about people who had amazing bodies and incredible strength, one name always comes to mind: Bruce Lee. This man was a legend, not just for his martial arts skills, but also for his ripped physique. Now, have you ever stopped to wonder, what did Bruce Lee eat to look and perform the way he did? I bet you have. Today, we're going to dig deep into Bruce Lee's diet. And I'm not just talking about general stuff. We're going to reveal the top 5 foods that Bruce Lee ate to stay strong and ripped. So if you're curious to know the secret foods that fueled a legend, stick around. This is going to be a game changer for your own health and fitness journey. Before we dive into his diet and health secrets, let's take a moment to appreciate the man himself. Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco, California, but he grew up in Hong Kong. From a young age, he was fascinated by martial arts. He started training in Wing Chun, a form of Kung Fu, when he was just a teenager. But Bruce Lee was not just any martial artist, he was a pioneer. He created his own martial art called Jeet Kune Do, which means the way of the intercepting fist. This wasn't just about fighting, it was about life philosophy. Bruce believed in being like water, adaptable and ever-changing. His teachings are still studied today, not just by fighters, but by people wanting to improve their lives.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
Bruce Lee became a superstar not just in Hong Kong, but around the world. Movies like Enter the Dragon and Fist of Fury made him a household name. His incredible speed, strength, and charisma on screen were unmatched. Sadly, Bruce Lee passed away at a young age, just 32 years old, but his impact is everlasting. When it comes to achievements, where do we even start? Bruce Lee broke barriers for Asian actors in Hollywood. He was one of the first to show that martial arts could be both powerful and graceful. He could perform feats that seemed almost superhuman. Have you ever heard of the 1-inch punch? Bruce Lee could knock a person off their feet from just an inch away. And let's not forget his famous high kicks, which seemed to defy gravity. Bruce Lee's influence goes beyond martial arts and movies. He's a cultural icon. There are statues of him around the world, and his quotes are shared by millions. He showed us that with discipline, passion, and the right mindset, we can achieve greatness. All right, folks. Now that we know who Bruce Lee was and what he achieved, let's get into something that played a huge role in his life: his diet. You see, Bruce Lee had a unique way of looking at food. He didn't see it just as something to enjoy. He saw it as fuel for his body. Just like you wouldn't put bad gas in a high-performance car, Bruce Lee wouldn't put bad food in his high-performance body. Bruce Lee was a big fan of Chinese cuisine. But why Chinese food, you ask? Well, Bruce Lee believed that Chinese food was the best kind of fuel for his body. He thought it was superior to Western or European foods. And there's a good reason for that. Chinese food is often a balanced mix of meat and vegetables. It's not too heavy on fats or sugars. Bruce Lee believed this balance was perfect for giving him the energy and nutrients he needed. He thought that the focus on meat and vegetables in Chinese cooking provided the right amount of protein and carbohydrates. These are essential for anyone who's as active as Bruce Lee was. Protein helps in muscle recovery and carbohydrates give you energy. It's like a perfect combo for someone who's always on the move, throwing kicks and punches.
Gates to the late great Bruce Lee. It's been documented that Tai Tung was his favorite Chinese restaurant in town. There's even a booth reserved in honor for him in the back, since that's where he preferred to sit during his visits. His favorite dish was beef drowned with a rich oyster sauce on top of rice and shrimp with garlic sauce.
But it wasn't just about what types of food. It was also about how it was prepared. Chinese cooking methods like steaming and stir-frying keep the nutrients in the food. Bruce Lee was all about that. He wanted every bite to count. He even went as far as saying, "When you are a martial artist, you only eat what you require and don't get carried away with foods that don't benefit you." Now let's dive into something that's equally important: how often he ate. You might be surprised to learn that Bruce Lee didn't stick to the typical 3 meals a day that most of us are used to. Nope, he had a different approach. Bruce Lee would eat between 3 to 5 meals a day. Yes, you heard that right. Up to 5 meals. But these weren't gigantic feasts. They were smaller, more balanced meals. And he had a good reason for this eating routine. Bruce Lee believed that eating more frequently helped him maintain a steady flow of energy throughout the day. Imagine your body as a car. You wouldn't want to run out of gas in the middle of a long journey, right? The same goes for our bodies. We need a consistent supply of energy to keep going. Now, what's the science behind this? Eating smaller meals more often can help regulate your blood sugar levels. When your blood sugar is stable, you feel more energetic and focused. For someone like Bruce Lee, who had a very active lifestyle, this was crucial. He needed that constant energy to train, to film, and to live his life to the fullest. But there's more to it. Eating frequently also helps with digestion. When you eat smaller amounts, your digestive system doesn't get overwhelmed. This means your body can absorb nutrients more efficiently. And let's not forget, better digestion also means less bloating and discomfort. Who wouldn't want that? So what did a full day of eating look like for Bruce? We're going to break it down meal by meal. Breakfast. Bruce Lee's day would start with a nutritious breakfast. He often had a bowl of oatmeal rich in fiber and good for digestion. He'd also have some fruits like oranges or apples, which are full of vitamins. Mid-morning snack. Bruce Lee loved his protein smoothies, and mid-morning was a perfect time for one. His smoothies were packed with whole foods like eggs, peanut butter, and even a spoonful of honey for quick energy. Lunch. For lunch, Bruce Lee usually had a balanced meal with a focus on protein and veggies. Think grilled chicken or fish with a side of steamed vegetables. He believed that a protein-rich lunch would help him recover from his morning workouts and fuel him for the rest of the day. Dinner. Dinner was another balanced meal, often featuring Chinese cuisine. Bruce Lee loved dishes like beef and broccoli or shrimp with lobster sauce. He believed that Chinese food offered the perfect balance of protein, carbs, and essential nutrients. Evening snack. Bruce Lee didn't believe in going to bed hungry. He'd often have a light snack like a bowl of fruits or another protein smoothie. This helped him get a good night's sleep and recover from his day's activities. As you can see, Bruce Lee loved his protein smoothies. But back in those days, not many consumed smoothies. That just underlines that Bruce Lee was way ahead of the game. He even shared his full smoothie recipe. A Bruce Lee certified smoothie would look like this. Eggs. Bruce Lee would often include whole eggs in his smoothies. Eggs are a great source of protein and other essential nutrients like vitamins and minerals. Peanut butter. Another key ingredient was peanut butter. Peanut butter is not only delicious but also rich in healthy fats and protein. Brewer's yeast. This might sound a bit unusual, but brewer's yeast is packed with B vitamins, which are essential for energy production. Wheat germ. Last but not least, wheat germ. This is the nutrient-rich core of a wheat seed and is loaded with vitamins, minerals, and protein. Bruce was also a firm believer in supplements. First up, ginseng. This is a root that's been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries. Bruce Lee believed that ginseng could boost his energy levels and improve his overall well-being. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about ginseng? Well, it's known for its adaptogenic properties. This means it can help your body adapt to stress, whether it's physical or mental. For someone like Bruce Lee, who had a very demanding lifestyle, this was a big deal. Ginseng could help him recover faster from his intense workouts and keep his energy levels high throughout the day. But that's not all. Ginseng is also believed to improve mental clarity and focus. So, it's not just about physical performance, it's about mental performance too. Besides ginseng, Bruce Lee also took other supplements like vitamin C. He was always on the lookout for anything that could give him an edge, whether it was in the gym, on set, or in everyday life. But remember, supplements were just that, supplementary. They were in addition to his already balanced and nutrient-rich diet. We've covered what Bruce mostly ate, but what did the legend drink? Like all Chinese, Bruce Lee loved tea.
This is very pleasant.
He was often seen on set sipping on a strong black tea. But why did he love his black tea? Black tea is rich in antioxidants and other nutrients, but Bruce Lee was particularly interested in its caffeine content. He believed that a cup of strong black tea could give him the energy boost he needed, especially before a workout or a long day of filming. Now, you might be wondering, how can caffeine boost physical performance? Well, caffeine is a natural stimulant that affects your central nervous system. It can make you feel more awake, alert, and focused. For someone like Bruce Lee, who needed to be on top of his game both mentally and physically, a cup of strong black tea was the perfect energizer. But there's more to it. Caffeine can also increase the release of adrenaline in your body. Adrenaline is the fight-or-flight hormone that prepares your body for intense physical or mental activity. It can improve your reaction time, increase your strength, and even enhance your endurance. So, a cup of strong black tea wasn't just a comforting drink for Bruce Lee, it was a strategic choice to improve his performance. Hey folks, we've gone through a lot today, diving deep into Bruce Lee's diet, his philosophy on food, and even what he typically ate in a day. Now, it's your turn. Why not try incorporating some of Bruce Lee's dietary habits into your own life? Whether it's adding a protein smoothie to your day, sipping on some strong black tea, or even just being more mindful of what you eat, every little change counts. Remember, Bruce Lee saw food as fuel. He chose foods that gave him the energy and nutrients he needed to be at his best. And you can do the same. Start small, make one change at a time, and see how it impacts your life. Who knows, you might just find your own secret to feeling stronger, more energetic, and more focused. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to share this video with anyone you think could benefit from Bruce Lee's wisdom. Sharing is caring after all. And of course, subscribe to the Fountain of Youth to gain direct access to the Fountain of Youth. Last but not least, make sure you watch our video on Donnie Yen. He's a martial arts legend like Bruce Lee and still looks great at age 60.